Hey guys,
I'm Jerry.
I'm Sierra.
We're ladies.
And we tangent.
Oh, my dog's out again. Jesus.
What's up, everyone?
Hello.
We're back outside.
I have my black cherry.
Black cherry. So, Sawyer, I'm black cherry too today. Wow, but White Claws, black cherry gang. So Sawyer's been very into like language because she's 3 and that's fun. And
She's having like a burst of language.
oh, like a ton. And she's very into like, if I see that and I know what that is, if I know who that is,
Narrating everything.
I'm saying it. So she says Cherry's house or Cherry, but it's every time she says it, it's Cherry. It's Cherry's house. That's Cherry.
Are you a cherry?
I was showing her all the pictures you sent me yesterday from tour, and she was like, "It's Mommy and Cherry, Cherry and Mommy and Daddy and Brady, Uncle Brady."
I love that nickname.
Yeah. Cherry.
Yes.
Cute.
I've always wanted like a nickname from a little kid, and I felt like I cheated a little bit getting AJ from my nieces because it was my sister was like, I'm Dee Dee, so because her name's Randy, and so it was just easier for my kids to say Dee Dee.
Yeah.
And so for me, Dove was calling me AJ because Randy kind of gave it to me.
Aunt
There's
Jerry.
a hummingbird at the feeder. Yeah, because of Aunt Jerry. So it's just shortened to AJ.
Which you did tell Sawyer once, and she was trying that for a minute, but she was calling you JJ.
Oh.
Like, that's a whole.
But I love that she's like, it's Cherry.
Yeah.
It's Cherry. There's like a whole...
She's got a little bit of an accent.
Yes.
Because she was here too. She's very whimsical when she speaks, which I love. But she was here with your kids and she was like, Forrest. That's how she would say it.
Yeah.
Come here, Forrest.
Well, she was here the one day and she walked in and she goes, oh, this is a kitchen. It's a beautiful kitchen.
I think it's because she watches Bluey a lot.
She's such a good hype girl though.
Yeah. Oh, she was telling me with all of our pictures how pretty we look.
Aww.
They're so cute. That's cute, Mommy, cute Cherry. She loved it. So, guys, we had our first 3 shows for the Girls Gone Mild tour.
We did.
How do you
I am
feel?
still feeling, you look so cute.
Do I? Thank you.
And I'm like, we're going to record outside so I can wear sunglasses.
I love that for
I
you.
am not recovered at all. My kids both last night came into bed with us in the middle of the night and woke up early this morning because they don't sleep well with other people.
Yeah.
They want the comfort of being with us, but they don't sleep well with people. And they won't go back to their beds.
Yeah.
And so Ollie slept
You're like,
between...
thanks for making this now all of our problems.
100%. Ollie slept between my legs like a dog.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't want to touch his brother.
Okay.
He doesn't want to touch anyone, actually.
Yeah.
So he doesn't want to be between me and Brady.
Yep.
Even though a lot of times he does end up there, but he was very adamant. He didn't want to touch anybody, but he was going to sleep between my legs like a dog. So I had a pillow in between my legs and his whole other blanket. So I had 2 comforters and a person on me.
No.
And then
That's
Forrest,
my nightmare.
I know. And Forrest was in the crook of my arm, which he sleeps with a full-blown weapon now because of it's his cast.
Oh, yeah.
So when he rolls over.
Oh, God.
Yeah. I got fiberglass to the dome, brother, so many times.
That's so scary. I never
I
would have
know.
thought about that.
So then they had the audacity. When we came down in the morning, I'm on the couch. Basically, you know the photo that they're comparing Taylor Swift's album to, The Death of Ophelia?
Yeah.
That picture, that painting? That's what I look like, just very...
Yeah.
And Ollie goes, why do you look so tired? You just woke up. And I was like, brother.
Hey, one of us didn't sleep at all.
Yeah, just woke up. How about never slept?
Yeah, for real.
And also, with being on tour, I had makeup on every day for 3 days, which I know, like, my face was used to at one point in time, but it's not now.
Not anymore.
And so my eyes are fucked up. And so I've been putting, like, drops and stuff in them.
I'm telling you, girl, even if you sleep in your foundation, I got to give you, I have, like, this eye makeup remover. At least take off your eye makeup before you go to sleep. At least.
Well, and I did the first 2 nights.
You did, yeah. That third night was tough because meet and greets, well, the show was later than the other 2. And then meet and greets lasted longer, which was fine, but we didn't get back to our hotel until midnight.
Yeah.
Then we haven't eaten. So we're staying up and doing, trying to eat and decompress and whatnot. And I don't think me and Corey didn't go to bed until almost 4 a.m, probably. So.
I was going to say, it's a real challenge when we get back that late because we do order food because we're so hungry.
We haven't eaten like much of anything the whole day.
Especially because those venues that start later, it's normally because they aren't food venues. So they give people an opportunity to go get food prior.
Right.
And so it's not on our brains because there's not like a kitchen.
We can't order food. Yeah. Because a lot of times at comedy clubs, we can order food from the kitchen. Have it delivered right to the green room.
Typically, venues will like offer to order us food.
Yeah.
We just didn't even ask. I think it was so
we had a lot of family there.
Yes.
So I feel like there was a lot going on.
Yeah, it was not even on our radar. So this is no shade to the venue because I'm sure they would have. They were so accommodating and so wonderful with everything
sweet.
else. I'm sure they would have. It just wasn't on our radar. But then it's always a game of like, can I stay awake until this food gets here? Or am I going to pass out?
Jerry was struggling. I saw you. I was like, oh, girl, I don't know.
I was basically asleep.
I know.
I crawled into bed and Brady put his arm around me and I was like, oh, no.
We're like, I'm going night-night. I'm going night-night now.
Yeah.
And, well, I just am not like that. Taylor was like, the same way because she didn't do the show obviously, but she is in the show.
Yeah, she attended.
So she came to both of the ones, and then obviously she's like, Sierra, I felt like I was also just as nervous because there's moments where she'll be on the big screen.
Yeah,
but she was nervous of how it would get received or whatever. She's like, I couldn't sleep, and I felt like I was gonna be sick. I don't know how you guys sleep after the shows, and I was like, I don't. I typically don't.
I almost think it's more nerve-wracking for people like when Corey was in Camp Tangents or Taylor and Nicole now in Girls Gone Mild, because there's an element of like, I'm not in control of this. Like,
I can't explain myself.
Yeah, they had the opportunity to like see everything, so they were aware of what they were going to look like. But at the same time, when we're on stage, we're able to like
we hold the narrative.
Yeah. But they have no mic. They're just sitting watching, and they're like, I hope you like me.
Imagine people just immediately start booing.
Yeah. No, everyone's been really great.
Oh, amazing. And that's the other thing I would like to say. We got a lot of people saying how proud they were of us. And I just want to say real quick, which I know we've said it before, but I really want to hammer it home, how proud I am of you all as an audience, because we've said before that our venues always say that we have the nicest people. We got it again.
Yep.
They were like, you please come back anytime. This was the nicest crowd. I've made like 8 friends, and that was the girl that like worked. She was the manager of the place. But
it's always breath of fresh air.
Yes, but our family said it too. Like, we had a friend who came, Kristen.
Bofa.
What?
A breath of fresh air. That's my bofa.
I was like, what are you calling Kristen?
Bofa D's nuts or whatever.
Got you.
Sorry. My brain did like it went off on a train track, and I was like, oh no, we're going so far from the station of this conversation.
Well, I'm going to say it anyways. Yeah. But yeah, so our friend Kristen came, and she texted me. She came back to the green room, and then she went back out to get her seats and whatever. She texted me, and she was like, your audience is the nicest people in the world. I've never been complimented so much. I've never had like more people smile at me. They didn't know who she was. They didn't know that she was a friend of mine. She was dressed very like Arabian Nights, very like I'll kill your husband or my husband or the husband's robe plus a little crop top number underneath. And she was like, everybody's so nice to be here. I want to come back every time. So just thank you all for being the best.
Wonderful. Yeah, shout out also to Taylor and Nicole. I know we've told them, but we want to tell you guys that like what they did was really fucking brave and wonderful, and added such a wonderful element to this show.
Oh,
like,
truly.
We're so grateful for it, and we're so grateful to all of you for being so encouraging and welcoming and like
to them.
Wooing for them.
Yes.
Like, I don't think you guys understand how much of an element you bring to the show.
Huge.
So if I could give any advice to anybody coming to future shows, be loud. I'm not saying heckle. I'm not saying interrupt. I'm not saying like talk out, but like cheering,
clap. Don't feel embarrassed.
Whooping. Yeah, I want it to feel like you are there with us. Like if you were in that moment with us, what would you be yelling to your friends? Like, go ahead and yell that then, because it adds something to it. It raises the vibes of the room.
It's amazing.
And, like, I can't, in Columbus, in Cincinnati, and obviously in Cleveland, like our first night,
guys,
there's just that
We got to tell you a little bit about Cleveland.
Yeah. But still,
we will,
like, there was that element of excitement. Like, it's the first tour.
Yes.
We're excited to see everyone. This is like the opening night kind of thing. And so there's always like that air of excitement.
You're accidentally talking exactly about what the topic is tonight, but I just want you to know, but keep going. Yes, it's cool. Really cool.
But yeah, I think it's really awesome that that happens, and I want to encourage people to continue doing it because it does add so much to the show.
Yes, yeah.
And we want everyone to get as much out of it as possible. Mm-hmm. There is just only so much we can do. And so, like, shout out to everybody who showed up and showed out, who got dressed in pajamas and had to get gas or get food before showing up to the venue. And we're just standing outside like, you guys don't know why I'm wearing a Mothman onesie.
If it helps, we also go to the venues in pajamas and we get stared at. So, we are right there with you.
Mm-hmm.
But
it's very freeing.
It is. There is like, so here's the deal. We had some tech issues. We had some issues in Cleveland.
I feel like we should read the co-star.
Yes, we should. Both of us.
Pull it up. Bofa.
You have mine too?
Yeah, because we sent it in the group message, remember?
So it's already nerve-wracking. We've never been to a Cleveland venue. Cleveland is a hometown area, so we were going to have a lot of people that we knew there for the first show. We were very excited, but guys, also it was our children's first day of school that day.
Yes.
Okay? So they wanted to do sound check very early. We were like, that's great. We cannot do that because it is our children's first day of school. We'll be there at this time. Does that work for sound check? They said, sure. We said, great. All is working well. Now, multiple things were going wrong for me and Jerry and Brady and Corey, who were all going up, traveling separately, by the way. That's important because I feel like we'll never do that again.
Yeah.
Something bad happened when that happened. But
I know if we were really trying to not feed into Sierra's
the compulsive thoughts
tendencies, we failed miserably.
We did.
Miserably.
So we get up there and everything is going well. We are running on time. We are on schedule. Me and Jerry are getting ready together. So we do have that moment. We're listening to fun music. We're getting pumped. We're excited. The guys are downstairs at the bar in the hotel. They bring us up some claw dogs. Mm-hmm. We're having a good time. We go, okay, we need an Uber. Let's call the Uber. We had about 10 minutes till the Uber needed to be there, and it was going to be a 6-minute ride. Perfect.
Yep.
Uber doesn't show up for almost 20 minutes. Mm-hmm. And then there's a bridge or something with the lake.
Yeah, there's like there must be like a road that opens up for boats to come through.
So we get stopped at that. And the Uber driver's like, hey, just so you know, sometimes these can be 15 and 20 minutes. Mind you, we're already 10 minutes late.
And we had already been sitting there for like 5 minutes.
Yeah. So we're probably 15 minutes late at this point. So he's like, I'm just going to go around. And I said, sounds great. Thank you. Again, it's supposed to be 6 minutes to this place, or we would have left earlier.
Yeah.
So,
also, we were on our way there to the reroute. Like, he's going now a different direction, and there's a detour.
There's a detour.
So now we can't go that way. He's got to go a third way.
Not to mention, I am not somebody I'm not going to be a backseat driver, but I am every time. And I felt like I should have been because I don't know if he was new. Bless him. He was very nice. But it would be like, this street is where you need to turn down, and he'd look at it, and then he'd like, oh, is it supposed to be this one? And then he'd go past it, and it would add like another 7 minutes on. And I was like, oh my God.
Oh God.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And I was just panicking a little bit. Anyways.
So CoStar, if you guys don't know it, it's an app that is kind of cheesy, right? It's not necessarily real.
Astrology based.
Yeah, it's from what we've heard, not even one of the good ones.
Yeah.
But we still look at it because sometimes it says some fuck shit that is funny.
It is silly.
And so earlier in that day, 4:44 on the clock right now.
Wow.
Earlier in that day, we are talking about the show with Taylor and Nicole in a group chat, and we are trying to like get excited about it. We're putting positive affirmations into the air, and then CoStar pops up, and Sierra's like, "Uh-oh, this isn't feeling good for me."
I feel like I need to scoot over. I'm in this crack. I scooted closer to her.
So Sierra's Co-star says, be ready to be misunderstood today. Remember that. Your careful explanations will miss their mark today. People hear what they expect, not what you say. Write it down. The misunderstandings reveal more about them than your clarity. This passes by Thursday, which was the next day.
God, thank fucking God that it
one day. And then mine says, start a new book today, which I see that and I'm like, that's amazing. That feels like I was closing one chapter of my life and actually an entire book, really. And now this is a new book, a fresh start. And then it says, you've been overthinking that creative project for months. Interesting, since I've been working on editing the show for months. Stop planning and start doing. Okay, I guess we're going to
We are doing.
The show starts today. The first attempt will be terrible. And that's exactly the point. Messy beginnings beat perfect excuses.
And you know what? The beginning was messy.
It was terrible.
I don't know if the people who were there know that it was. And bless you. You all said it was a great show, and thank you. Here's what happened. So after we get there, now we're 30 minutes late, and doors open in another 30 minutes. But we can normally bust a sound check out easy.
Yeah.
10 minutes it takes us most times.
I want to preface that the show itself wasn't terrible.
No.
For us, it was terrible.
We'll explain.
To try to get it to even be a show.
We'll explain.
Okay.
So we get there, and normally if you've come to Camp Tangents or anywhere, Jerry has her computer sitting right here in front of her, and she runs the show. She edited it, she put it together, so she knows. And that's kind of part of the bits of it, is that we go talking, transition into a video, talking, yep. Transition. She knows more than I do and more than anyone how that's going to go, so she runs it.
Yeah.
And
it also is kind of
worked
a bit in itself, because it's like we're showing you a PowerPoint.
Yes.
Which you've sat your friends down for a PowerPoint.
Exactly. And that's never been a problem. For some reason, on this terrible day,
this day of our Lord,
they were just like, hey, we can't do that. And mind you, it is we give a thing to every venue saying hey, we need these things.
These are the required things for the show to be
able
to run.
For the show to even be able to be performed. And they didn't have it. So now we're trying to problem solve in not a lot of time. And
I feel like I need to say what the problem was.
Go ahead.
Because it was not a simple fix.
No.
There was no way to get the audio from my computer to the venue's audio system.
Yeah.
And that is a huge, now what? We had the video up on the screen.
Especially because the sound of the video and it being loud or being able to be turned up and turned down while the video is being played is kind of a huge part of the show.
Yes.
It's pretty important.
And that's almost why I do the videos, and whoever's in the booth, we hope
can do the sound.
Can do the sound and the lights, because one person doing all of that is a lot. So I'm like, do you have a way to connect this? Do you have an audio jack? And they're like, no. And I said, is it hooked up through the projector? And they're like, no. And I said, can it be? No. Well, friend, we got a problem.
What do we do here?
So the only way that we could problem solve this is by having somebody in the booth, which is it's not a big area. If you've ever been to a comedy club, or if you've ever been to a venue, there's basically that area. It's not supposed to be big, because people aren't hanging out in there.
It's smaller than a closet.
Yes.
It's tiny.
Yes. So thank God Rachel was there.
Yeah.
Because I don't know who would have run it otherwise.
We asked the guys, and they were we will, but I don't want to fuck that up, and they're not really super great with technology and all of that. So that was issue number one that we ran into, but we were like, Rachel's got it, we'll figure this out. Issue number two happens while we're on stage. We go out, everything is fine, it seems, but so normally we have speakers on stage or near the stage that revert back to us. They're pointed towards us so that we can hear ourselves and the videos.
Yes.
We did not have these. So I didn't realize that. Remember when it said you will be misunderstood? Okay, well, my mic wasn't working, or was cutting in and out. It was Like, okay, that's
what really bad.
Really bad. I couldn't hear that to try to come up with a solution to fix it. I didn't even know. Also, that means that when I would look out to the crowd while I was talking and I see them looking at me like this,
confused.
I think that they probably just think I'm fucking dumb.
Yeah, like the jokes aren't hitting.
They hate me.
Nothing
they
you're
want
saying
me to
is
shut the
landing.
fuck up.
Yep.
They want Jerry just to talk, and I'm like, I don't know what's happening here. I have never bombed this hard.
Yeah. And mind you, this is our first show. This is us getting to know how it's gonna flow, where the audience is gonna like what they're gonna respond to, where we're gonna take longer breaks, where we're gonna riff. And I'm riffing with Sierra, but I don't know that no one's hearing her side. So I'm riffing alone, essentially. And there was several people who were like, ha ha ha. The first
couple rows, but they could hear me. It was like I was.
Yes.
It was like I was talking to them like.
Yes. So they were aware. I think we did skip one part because we were going to go up on stage for sound check, and somebody thought they were an athlete, and they were going to not use the steps. They were just going to hop up on the stage because it wasn't that tall.
It really wasn't. I thought I could do it. Guess what? Do you see? Can you see in the camera? That's a hairy knee is what that is, number one. But also, I ate ass. I ate ass in Cleveland, and then I did it in front of the entire everyone that worked at the venue. So that was embarrassing. And also, I was actively bleeding on stage.
Do you remember what you told me?
No.
What you said was, I knew I had to jump, like that it wasn't that high, but I was going to jump up to make sure that I got on there, and I did it too soon.
I did.
So I jumped up onto nothing.
I did. Because this rug burn, the stage was carpeted. This rug burn happened from the side, not the top. I didn't even make it to the top.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyways, so a lot of things are going wrong, but the show, I think everybody still loved it. My mic did get fixed.
Yes, they did fix it.
It was about 10, in between 10 to 30 minutes, depending on who you ask. But I think it was relatively early in the show. And then, if my only thing is, guys, if you came to Cleveland, you were like, the show was okay, but please come to another show. Please come to another show. Give us a second chance.
Give it another chance.
Ask anyone who was at Cincinnati or Columbus. Much different vibes. And I think it was just because once everything is going wrong like that, and I was panicked because I was, number one, injured. Number two, I thought I was bombing.
You also didn't fully know what the problem was until after the show was done.
I had no idea. Again, I thought the problem was me.
Yeah. No.
I thought what I was saying and how I was saying it was the reason why people were staring at me like that. And I was
it's like one of those moments where you're like, did I make the vibe weird somehow?
Why are they staring at me? What could I have said that was that weird that they're looking at me like that? So
yeah.
Anyways,
and then the merch never showed up to
Cincinnati. So our first show was Columbus.
Yeah, the first show was
the first time that we had nothing go wrong, thank God. And we're putting that energy into the rest of the shows.
Yep.
Just know, guys, we are performers, and we
are professional performers for performing professionals.
we don't stop if things are going wrong. We just push on through.
There's a little black butterfly that's just flying around us. It's so cute.
Thought it was gonna land. Oh my God! I thought it was gonna land right on you.
I know when I was talking about it, I said, "Who me?
Who me?"
That was
anyways,
cute.
Cleveland was still a great show. Everywhere was a great show. We ended up having a great time.
Yes.
I just couldn't sleep at all the night of Cleveland because I still thought everyone hated me until I realized what the problem was. But the reason
on our way to Cincinnati the next day, I said, hey, I saw something was posted on Reddit. I'm not 100% sure what it says. I meant to look at it, and Sierra goes, oh no.
I didn't want to read it. I was so scared because it said it was about the Cleveland show, and I was like, I'm going to fucking cry if this is like that show was ass. Ladies, pack it up. You suck.
No,
and it was like,
really nice.
This was a great show. Good job, ladies. And that made me feel a lot better about it. So that could just be in our own heads.
I'm glad that everyone had fun. That's all that matters. That's all we wanted.
That is all that matters, truly.
Yeah. So.
And that goes into this. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
There was a word that I found on TikTok whilst I was scrolling because there is a feeling that I experience where I've told you all that I'm not very emotional, but there is something that like no matter what will trigger emotion in me, and that is this word. Okay. Okay, let me just explain it this way. You're at a show. Maybe it's called Girls Gone Wild. Maybe you're at a concert. Maybe
Get your tickets now.
You should. Ladiestangents.com.
Hey, guess what? I fixed the issue. So Tampa, Orlando, and Huntsville, I think. Those 3 links, people were like, they're not working. Well, that's because there was a clear box over them where you couldn't click them. I fixed it.
Yeah.
I fixed it. You can click it now.
So it is all good. Please go check it out. The show is really, really good.
Yes.
I will say that. But let's say you're at a show. Let's say you're at a concert. Let's say you're at a sports event. I don't even like sports, but I'm watching a team and they're doing really well.
Yes.
And everyone in the stadium or in the party that you're at is having a good time. That will make me emotional.
Every single time. When Lamar Odom, after he like almost died, came back.
Oh, yeah.
And was in the Lakers arena after his near-death experience and everyone stood up and clapped for him, I was like, I'm gonna fucking lose it.
So there is a word for that.
Okay.
And that experience is called Collective Effervescence. Okay? And it is the feeling.
Wake me up inside?
Wake me up. It's evanescence.
That's evanescence. Got it.
It's Effervescence.
I also have collective evanescence.
Me too. Wake me up.
Wake me up inside.
Can't wake up. Anyways.
Save me.
This is the feeling of energy and harmony experienced when a group of people share a common experience together.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Dude, that is Girls Gone Wild.
I know.
It is, what is it? Collective Effervescence?
Collective Effervescence. It's, I thought it's something that I've wanted to talk about. And I was like, what a perfect time to bring this up because it's what we just all kind of experienced.
Yeah.
And again, our friend Kristen, who was there, trying very hard not to say my friend Kristen. I'm overthinking that every time.
We do make that a bit at the show. So please don't read into it. It is just a funny bit that we play into.
Yeah. Sorry. Dove is in there and she just ran over and hugged Mosby and it was really cute. I just saw a little baby run by, hug Mosby and run away.
She keeps calling him Wazel. I'm like, that's not Hazel. That's
Wazel.
Mosby. She calls him Wazel and Zeke. And I'm like, neither one. Oh, she is being so fucking cute.
She's so cute.
That's why we can't.
She's smiling at us. Hey, she dances. Come on, girl.
That's why we can't have babies around when we record because we're like, fuck this stuff. Let's watch them.
Let's watch the babies.
She looking like a little sumo wrestler right now. What's up, girl?
So cute.
Oh, God. Okay.
But yeah, Kristen was saying, she's like, I love the show. She goes, as soon as you guys walked out and I heard everybody cheering and screaming for you, immediate tears. Like I was bawling immediately. And we actually hear that a lot.
Yes.
That moment is so big. And I think this will explain a little bit of that together. Over 100 years ago, the term collective effervescence was coined. I'm just making sure you can't see my poos.
Okay. I'll just put Mosby there like I did for mine in the one episode. Mosby has been on my person in the last couple episodes, like the little PNG of him, because I sat just fucking puss out to the camera when we were in the field. And then when we were over here, I wore a dress and my whole nipple was out for half the show. And I was like, God damn it, Jerry. So I know for sure, like the only thing
You're covered.
Yeah, I'm covered now. My dogs are out and I don't know how I'm going to feel about that later, but I'll double check yours as well.
Good, because these are really tight shorts. They're athletic shorts and I feel like I have camel toe like really bad. I'm not trying to be lips out. Anyways, okay.
It's another reference to the show, so
you should come
if you're interested in finding out what that's about.
The term, it's crazy to say. I know. The term collective effervescence, we're going to get there eventually, was coined by French sociologist Emile Durkheim more than 100 years ago.
Durkheim.
So it's the feeling when people have like this energy and harmony is shared while they're engaging in a shared purpose together.
It's almost like collective consciousness, but just like for feelings.
Yes. And it's like a joy and a euphoria, people will say, that it's almost like it's contagious.
Yes.
It's like a contagious feeling. Now, same thing. When we go to concerts, we went to AJR, and I like AJR, but I took my son to go. And when AJR started, he screamed when everybody else screamed. Noah did. And I immediately started bawling. And I was just like, I can feel how happy this makes people.
Yes.
And it is so beautiful.
I've experienced that at comedy shows. Like, I could watch a comedy special at home and I can think it's funny, but if I'm actually in the building for that same exact show, I am unwell. I am laughing so fucking hard. I'm in tears. I'm like, that is the greatest thing I've ever seen.
Exactly. It hits different maybe when you're not in the room. And I think that's because we're all a little slap silly contagious from this collective
all of
effervescence.
Our, like, moods are kind of just like heightening one another's. Yeah. We're synced
up. We are. Which honestly, there's a psychologist. Hold on. I have that. Who says that collective effervescence is a type of synchrony that connects individuals in powerful and far-reaching ways. And so that is like...
I'll tell you, to me, that validates my theory that we are all individual pieces of the universe, and we're getting to like know our one collective self through one another.
Yes.
And so when we're all in that space experiencing the same emotion, it's so much heightened because we are just like one thing.
Exactly. And so back when it started, Emil Durkheim, he was studying religions, and he wrote this in the book Elementary Forms of Religious Life. And this basically was focusing on rites and rituals.
Yes.
That he said he could feel that power, and that collective effervescence came from that. Now, when psychologists study it more, they realize that it can happen just anytime there is like a collective mood feeling in a crowd. Graduations will get me every time they throw the hat off. Oh my God, dude, I can't do it.
I didn't tell you, on the way to Cleveland, I was listening to like early 2000s music, just stuff I listened to when I was younger.
Yep.
And one of the songs that came on was the graduation song.
And me too. Were we listening to the same shit?
Maybe, but
whatever.
I go, imagine we just start playing this at the end, and then we go, everyone, this is our farewell tour. Ladies and Tangents will be done.
Well, that would be
that's
so
why everyone's
mean.
crying. I was like, we're not doing it. Brandon goes, don't put that in the universe. He was like trying to catch it in the car. He's like, don't say that. Don't fucking say that.
Don't even let it get out of the car.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Oh, that would be
It is giving like in memoriam.
It does a little bit, and you got to come to the show to see that, but it's not in memoriam, I promise.
No, we're
it's
not.
Just the beginning, baby. It's just the beginning.
No, we're going to do this until we're
till
1,000
the wheels
years
fall
old.
off. Until the wheels fall off.
I'm going to be so gross. Technology... My niece is pissed right now. I just need you guys to know that.
The way we're going to have the saggiest everything.
Oh, I'm going to be just a head in a jar at some point, and you're going to have to learn how to set this shit up.
That woman on SpongeBob chocolate.
Yes, that's going to be me.
She's just got a worm body and a skull.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be great. I can't wait.
That's what I aspire to be, a worm body and a skull.
Me too, kind of. Also, if you see, Jerry put up a hummingbird feeder behind us, and maybe we'll get some birds in our hair. It'll be fun.
Well, it should be too high and then not be able to see still.
Here's something I'm glad that we're talking about now, because I feel like you all remember, we talked about Maslow's hierarchy of needs.
Yes.
And we got a lot of messages, and I think we corrected it the next time.
But if not,
here we're going to talk about it. I'm glad we finally are. Surprise, a white man stole something from an indigenous person. Surprise.
We'll hold for everyone's shock.
Okay. And a lot of people say that he didn't steal it. He was, quote, inspired by it, because they're not exactly the same. Either way,
sure,
pretty fucking close. So I'm going to tell you about that, because this actually makes much more sense with collective effervescence.
Okay.
And this is the self-actualization theory, basically, which is from the Blackfoot Nation, Sicko. It's Siksika Nation. I'm so sorry if I got that incorrect. And again, not a pyramid. It is a teepee. They're very similar.
Yeah.
But this is what it is. So this is not me I'm not like an expert at this by any means. This is a very broad kind of telling you of that.
Generalization of things.
Yes. So the Blackfoot teepee hierarchy of needs, which was kind of like dubbed after people realized that this is where that whole thing came from.
Yeah.
This describes a worldview that uses a teepee as a metaphor for human development with self-actualization at the base and cultural perpetuity, ensuring knowledge lives on at the top.
Amazing. Okay.
So, which in contrast to Abraham Maslow's pyramid, places self-actualization at the pinnacle, which is the very top that you can get.
Yep.
So this one, think way like it's much less me-driven and much more we-driven, okay? It centers community as what will drive us forward as a species and not
individuality.
Individuality, yeah. So, this is the structure, okay? At the foundation is self-actualization. This is not the peak of human achievement, but it is the strong, stable base of the teepee, representing the inherent potential within each individual as their own person.
Yep.
The next level is community actualization. And this is where individuals use their gifts together collectively to meet a community's needs.
Love that.
Which I feel like you and I are really trying to focus on and do.
Yes.
It isn't just to meet our own needs. We are using the gifts that I think is so funny that there are gifts, but they are because we want to make a difference in the world and in our community as like a whole.
Well, yeah,
which I think is the highest time that you really feel this like community effervescence. Or collective,
I don't want to say we didn't start the podcast to meet a need for ourselves, because there was an element of that. Like, I don't know how many people are going to do things where there isn't some kind of return for them, whether that's internal, like emotional, financial, like some kind of return.
Yes.
Especially voluntarily. But we did create it with the thought of that person we're reaching.
Yes.
Who do we want to reach? Who are we trying to connect with? And
what are we trying to put out into the world?
Are we trying to fill for them?
Yes.
As well.
Yeah, 100%. As much as I think it's very important, the way that the world is really focused on like making sure that you're not a quote unquote people pleaser.
Mm-hmm.
I do feel like as the pendulum swings, I have seen a little bit of where it's like, whoop, we're almost going too hard in the other direction, where they're like, my needs matter, yours don't, fuck this. And I know there's two types of people. One is more me focused, one is more we focused. Like, I am a very community driven person. I think the best way we can move forward as a society is if we work together.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I feel like I like the politics that I like. I feel like if we take care of our weakest, that's how we can be the strongest.
Right.
Because I don't feel like those people are truly quote unquote weak. I feel like everybody, and I'm using myself as an example, needs maybe a step up from time to time.
Yeah.
A moment to lean on somebody else before they can carry themselves, and to just assume that people don't want to carry themselves, so they just don't.
Well, especially when there are certain demographics of people who intentionally, whether it's created by, society or institutions,
have in your families,
have already put them at a disadvantage.
Yeah.
And so to discount and not recognize the systemic effects that politics and, how the me-centric, hello billionaires, things has affected the world.
If you just put on your bootstraps, lace up your boots.
Yeah, I think that kind of thought process is really limiting, and you can convince yourself that it's a we thing because you're like, and I want better for them. Okay, wanting better for someone and giving an opportunity for better, like taking a back seat or lending a helping hand, is not the same as shaming someone into doing what you view as better.
Yeah, let me just explain this statistic for you. So there are people like billionaires out there who had parents who passed down funds to them so that they were able to do things, or even if their parents didn't pass down funds to them, they had a home to grow up in to be able to do the things that they needed to do. Yeah. I read a statistic the other day that, there is kind of a war right now. Don't get political. I don't care. Stop. Don't. Anyways, there's a war right now on homelessness.
Yes.
In America. or unhoused people.
Yeah.
And the statistic I read said that about 40% of them, might have been over, honestly, are retired foster kids. Because you retire out of the foster care system. And then where do you have to go?
Right.
If you don't have parents or someone in your corner that can help you with a step in the right direction in adulthood, how are you supposed to do that? When you don't have credit, how do you get an apartment? When you can't get a job because you have been in and out, you don't have a set address, how do you get a job?
You don't have a way to and from.
Because you don't have a car.
Transportation. Yeah.
What are you supposed to do? It's setting people up for failure and then making it their fault when they fail.
Right.
And that drives me insane.
And that's what people mean when they say the system is broken.
It's broken.
Because you hope, I think the hope is that you have these systems and you have the foster care system and like, of course, okay, now they're with these people, hopefully for an extended amount of time, but there's no guarantee of that. Sometimes it takes people forever to get placed or they never get placed.
They don't.
Or they bounce
end up
between
in
multiple
detention centers. They end up on the streets.
And oftentimes, unfortunately, the people who, and this is not me saying everyone, because I know we have amazing, wonderful people who foster in our community. Yeah. Please do hear me when I say I'm not insinuating something about you. Yeah. But there are people who do it as a job. They do it as a means to an end.
They are not going to look after that person after that check stops coming.
Right. And
that's just a fact.
In their mind, it's almost like, well, I did my job. Yeah. I housed you. I fed you. I did my due diligence until you were aged 18, out. And now
which is
that's
crazy because that's a child. That to me is a child still. Right. My child, my baby is 4 years from that.
Yes.
If I had to imagine him being on his ass with no one in 4 years, it makes me sick to think about. Yeah. That is not an adult in the sense that they... especially if they haven't had somebody, a caretaker or an adult person in their life who has been able to shape and show them the way that the world works, to just send them out and kind of like give them the boot and be like, go make yourself successful. And you're a piece of shit if you don't.
Right. And I've always said too that the mentality of like, when they're 18, they're an adult. When they're 18, they can figure it out. If you don't have that skill set, if you don't have that support system, if you don't have those resources at 10,
how are you supposed to figure
12,
that out?
At 16, at 17, you don't turn 18 and automatically get those
You don't get a handbook when you turn 18 that says, here's how to do it all.
That's why we talk about how important the foundation is from birth, because it's building blocks. That's why we teach consent. Yeah. At like birth.
Yes.
By just saying, I'm going to change your diaper. Yeah, they can't talk back. They may not understand what I'm saying, but it's fostering that development. It's encouraging that understanding of a concept that will become something they have to practice later. If you don't practice those things or introduce those things and now they're 18, they just know it now?
Yeah, no. It's not how that works. The last one, the tip, is cultural perpetuity, which is the highest point of the TP, or the, quote, breath of life, which is the responsibility of each person to pass on knowledge, stories, and teachings to their future generations, ensuring the culture's endurance, which, again, I believe is something that I'm proud that we are hopefully doing. That's the good thing about podcasts, is hopefully it lasts for a long time, and people can look back on this and take whatever lessons they need to take, just treating people like they would want to be treated if they were in those situations. That's the thing. I hate to harp all the time, and I know that people get annoyed when we sound like we're on a soapbox or whatever they say, but I was not in a super fortunate position growing up, and I can still acknowledge how much more fortunate I was than so many people. Yeah. And it still was so fucking hard for me to make something of myself. And so I just want people who maybe wouldn't even think about that, because they're like, well, everyone. Yeah. Basic needs. I had to explain it to Corey, because even him having two parents in the house growing up and being able to go to college because of the way that his dad got money from a relative passing, and they gave that to them. They were able to pay their house off, and all of those things, even though they seem small, did give him a head start over me.
Yeah.
And that's, again, they're small things, but because of that, he got a head start because he was able to go to college, become a nurse right out of college. And he also was able to live with his parents, which I didn't have the opportunity to do after I turned a certain age. So he's living with his parents while he's in college, while he's, I had to get a job and move out right out of basically high school. All of those things can put people at a disadvantage.
Well, and I know too that Brady had bought a house, and then, life happened for him.
Yeah.
And he realized I don't need this house anymore, essentially. And for one person, and the plans that I had for this house are not going to happen anymore. So I'm going to sell it and just move back in with my parents. And that's
the ability to have someone catch you when you fall is a privilege that not a lot of people have. Not a lot, but that some people don't.
Oh, yeah.
And that I just wish people would.
And I also want to say that's not always a fault of parents either.
No.
Because if you find it difficult to care for yourself or provide yourself with certain things, like there's a chance that it's because your parents also struggled to do that. And it's a lot to ask somebody to continue, because kids are expensive. Brady and I have been talking about whether or not we want to have a child. And that's one of the things is like, that's a huge expense.
Yeah.
And it's not something that like it should be taken lightly. And
never.
Yeah, I don't want to shame anybody who would be like, your parents are a piece of shit if they didn't take you back in. That's not the case.
No.
It's just circumstantial, and just having the empathy to recognize
I want people to recognize that if your parents did, and you are the type of person who will shame or talk shit about unhoused people, just realize that it could have been you. Had you not had someone to catch you when you fall, it very, very easily could have been you.
Yes.
Sorry, that got dark and sad for a moment. We're going to talk a little bit more about collective effort.
They're like, I thought we were supposed to get hype. I thought we were supposed to get happy.
It is. Because listen, I'm going to tell you why this is such a good thing. Why being at shows and feeling that community can improve your life. So, it's important because it fosters social cohesion, enhances well-being, and can even lead to positive social change in the world, which is so important.
That's bold.
It creates a sense of belonging and a shared identity, strengthening bonds between individuals, some who may even be strangers, most, I think, in a lot of those places.
Yeah, I mean, after the Cincinnati show, we literally went out to a bar.
Oh my God, and we were like dancing and hanging out with people who were like at the show.
Two women who were there had no idea who we were. They just liked going to that comedy club.
Oh
and
yeah,
so
that was so cool.
They were like, we didn't know you. We were left out of some of the inside jokes, but we had a great time. Had no idea what to expect.
So funny. And I was like, that's wild that you guys went there. I've always wondered if there will be people that just happen into it and are like, what the hell did we come across? And they were like, great show. We loved it. You guys are so funny.
Yeah.
They were like, we'll definitely look your podcast up. So if you're here, thank you so much. You were very fun.
Yeah, what a backwards way to find us.
I know, right?
Saw them live, and then I thought I'd listen to them recorded.
Yeah. So this can contribute to a more vibrant and connected society, which I get. Again, this is maybe just a theory for some people, but I think is a way for a better world. Community and sense of community, taking care of each other, loving each other, kindness towards each other, respect towards each other, I think is the way that as a community and a society we can evolve.
100%. I mean, imagine if that's the thought process when voting happens.
Right.
Because we are one of the only developed nations that doesn't have universal health care. Yeah, and one of the main reasons that we don't is because people are like, why should I have to pay for somebody else?
Yeah.
And it's like,
which is wild, because then I will see those same people get a GoFundMe together and I'm like, what do you think? What do you think that is asking? It's the same situation.
Yes.
And you can see a GoFundMe and you can see it get a ton of money and you can get tears in your eyes and think that what a beautiful way to see a community come together, and know that was like not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing. It also shouldn't have to happen when it comes to a medical bill.
Yes.
When it comes to a child with cancer, we shouldn't have
Yes.
to be asking on a GoFundMe so that child can live.
Or to make sure children have meals in schools.
Yeah.
That
exactly.
shouldn't be the thought process. And like, I know it's not the thought process when you, sorry to bring it here,
Oh, here we go.
church,
Yeah.
because tithing
Yeah.
is basically a requirement. It's an expectation.
is.
And not only is it an expectation, they put an amount on it.
Yeah.
It's 10% of
babe.
your income.
Yep.
What do you think taxes are? What do you think universal health? And
But
I
this
know,
goes towards the Lord.
but and I know,
No, but that's a really good point. I never thought about that.
but you're doing that, and I know it's not necessarily a requirement, but you are heavily judged and shamed if you don't.
That's true.
And there is like an element of you're not doing your duty
As a
here
Christian.
as a Christian if you're not doing these things. And I remember trying to figure out what 10% was and being like, I can't do that. I can't do it.
That's a lot.
But I also know there's people who do more than that. I know
Yeah.
people who donate more than that.
Yeah.
And it's a tax write-off, so I'm sure they love doing it.
It's a tax write-off.
Crazy. Yes. Yes, donating to churches is a tax write-off because it's a charitable donation.
This country's great.
It's a charitable donation that is low-key required by the place you go to, unless you want to go to hell. And that, I'm not saying everywhere. I'm generalizing. I understand
the churches that we went to.
I'm just saying the places where tithing was said to be something that's so valuable. And again, I'm not shaming someone's religion. If you believe that is valuable, if you believe that is something, like, go off. But I'm creating a parallel, because if you can understand that, you should be, because what are you tithing for? The betterment of the church, to
the
take care of
community.
people, the community in that church. And so what that tells me is you don't want to take care of certain people. And why?
Yeah. That part.
You want to be selective of who you take care of.
And why?
And why?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Damn. Good fucking job.
We're
Bringing that
supposed
together.
to be like, does everyone feel hyped and love?
Are you
and
guys having a good time?
Wake me up.
Wake me up. So here's a more detailed look at the significance.
Yes.
Okay. Social cohesion and bonding. Collective effervescence brings people together, creating a sense of unity and a shared purpose. This shared experience can solidify relationships, build trust, and foster a sense of belonging within a group. We have seen people who just meet by coming to our show form like lifelong friendships. Now there is a group of mild sauce packets who came to our Cleveland show and gave us mild sauce packets that you might see me wear on stage eventually, pajamas, who met at the Columbus show, wasn't it? And have just like picked up people in shows along the way, which I love.
Yeah.
But like they've created this community and this bond and friendship over the shared experience of the podcast and the show that they went to. And I think that's so beautiful. Emotional well-being. Studies suggest that experiencing collective effervescence can lead to increased feelings of joy, happiness, euphoria, and meaning in life. It can also reduce stress, anxiety, and the risk of depression.
No, I feel that.
I do too.
And I think you probably experienced that when you went to your retreat with Pixarella.
Yes.
And I felt that when I went on my retreat for photography.
Yep.
And like the people that I am still in contact with from that retreat are people who, almost by being in connection with them, elevate my mood.
Yeah.
They make me feel better. They make me happier.
Yeah.
They get me excited. They make me feel like, at that retreat is when somebody first said to me that I should have a podcast.
Yeah,
And
that's right.
It was like, I never viewed myself as someone who could do that, or it would matter or be important. And I'm not sitting here like, oh my God, the world's a better place because I started a podcast. But to know that there was somebody there who
saw that in you.
Yes. And like that I was able to share joy in that moment and purpose with them. And I still feel that connection to them. It's a bonding thing.
It is bonding. Truly. It is. Should be studied more, I think. There's also enhanced cooperation and performance. The heightened sense of connection and shared purpose can lead to increased cooperation, engagement, and even improved performance in group activities, which I'm telling you is why when the crowd is hype for us, we give a better show.
Yes.
I don't know what it is. It needs to be studied, but we feed off that energy and we are able to be, I swear, we're able to be funnier. We're able to be like, just
think about like
perform better.
The Eras tour.
Yeah.
When it first started, obviously Taylor Swift is a fucking powerhouse. She's incredible. That show was amazing. The crowd became like a performer in itself.
Yes.
They created like chants at different parts of the song.
Yeah.
Like they learned the show and collectively they were all doing things at the same time together. And not only was it like exciting for them to do it, but like it was exciting for Taylor to witness. And I say this because we're close personal friends. It was exciting for Taylor to witness them do that.
Yes.
Because again, she's like, wow, look at all of these people collectively having a moment together. It's like we are all doing this as one.
It's like a team effort.
Yes.
And it will boost morale. It's gonna boost your
and you see people leave those shows and they almost have like amnesia afterwards.
I
because
feel like
they're
sometimes people, and by people I feel like me, I feel like I'm on drugs after certain things, certain concerts, even if I'm not doing.
It's very common though for people. It's very common though for people when they're talking about meet and greets to say like, I blacked out, I don't remember.
Oh yeah, I black out on the shows
and
a lot.
I'm sure part of that is anxiousness, but I think another part of it is like a heightened euphoria. Like I've reached such
like a high
peak of excitement that my body shut
blacked
down.
out.
Yeah,
I just completely blacked out, and I was on autopilot.
Yeah. I'm running on fumes, and the fumes are fucking joy.
I'm running on fumes of joy.
Yes.
This is also can be a catalyst for social change. Collective effervescence can be a powerful force for positive social change. Shared experiences like protests or social movements can create a sense of collective power and motivate individuals to work together towards a common goal.
Which is why I feel like certain people don't want protests to happen.
Oh, 100%.
Even though they're 100% legal and encouraged.
Yes. And also kind of how we became a fucking country.
Yeah. So,
give me some tea. Yeah. Am I right? And the last one, a connection to something larger. Collective effervescence allows individuals to feel connected to something larger than themselves. Whether it's a community, a cause, or a shared cultural identity, this sense of connection can provide for someone a sense of meaning and a purpose in their life, which I think is
crazy,
so beautiful. Yeah. And I really, I get it. I get it.
Yeah, especially because there was someone who came up to us during a meet and greet and they told me like, I know you left teaching, but you are teaching every single day.
Yeah, that was
like
so beautiful.
That made me so emotional because like I feel like not everything I do and say has meaning, but that is also minimizing what
this is for everyone.
Entertainment is.
Yes.
And what comfort is. Yeah. And that those things.
What this collective euphoric experience can be.
Yes. Yes. And how meaningful and beneficial it can be to people. And I really want to make an effort to stop minimizing that and just like allow it to be what it is and just feel excited that we get to be a part of it.
Yep.
Yeah. And we get to continue fostering it.
I love it so much. It's really beautiful. And that's all I have.
That's awesome.
I hope really you enjoyed it. I thought it was really cool when I read it because I didn't realize the other thing is like it can obviously have an extreme ride over your emotions. So like I didn't realize that I am somebody who cries during collective effervescence.
Yes.
And I cannot have a moment of peace when there is a shared community experience. You're lucky that it's because my anxiety is so high during a show that I don't immediately bawl when you all are clapping for us. One of these days, though, it will happen.
Yeah.
It did at the end of our Camp Tangent show.
And I have gotten emotional a couple times so far on Girls Gone Mild.
Yeah.
And I think it's because I'm in just a very different place. Like I have so much more energy. I think looking at photos of myself, I look so different, and it's not just because my body's changed. Like I've definitely gained weight in the last year, and they say when you're happy, that's what happens.
You know what I'm saying? Eating good in the neighborhood or whatever the fuck.
But I can tell in my face, that I'm just full of.
You don't seem
joy.
So like, you just there was you could tell there was stuff going on in your brain before. I think someone said that too during meet and greets. They said that you seem like a different person during meet and greets. Might have been you.
Yeah. Well, I think it was me.
But
I do feel different.
Because there were multiple times where I feel like you were checked out. I'll tell you where she is 100% different is the beginning of shows, the before of shows. Because I was in that green room, hyping myself up, having fun by myself.
Yeah.
It was a lot of times you were just like this.
Catatonic.
On a phone or just chilling. And I was like, I'm going to need you to be here with me right now.
I was reserving every bit of energy I had to do the show.
Yep.
And trying to compartmentalize, because you can attest that before almost every fucking show there was something that was happening,
something behind the scenes
that was triggering to me, and that I was like having that was gonna cause the opposite emotion of what I needed to have on stage.
Yes.
And so it was like, okay, I have to
let me put this in a box in the back of my brain.
I have to really fucking focus to package this up to process later so that I can go out and do this. And now I'm full choreo backstage.
It's really
I am
fun.
Almost obnoxious at this point.
I like
feel
it.
And then
it matches my freak.
And then I have energy after the show. Like the fact that I went out.
Oh my God, it was the best. You guys, she went out with me, her and Brady in Cincinnati. I wouldn't have gone by myself, but I was like, you bitches better fucking go, because they were playing bops at the Roosevelt Room. I know the name.
Yeah.
And I was like, we have to go there.
I
Please,
feel Jesus in this room.
Please, can we go there? And we did, and it was so much fun. And you stayed out way later than I thought. I thought you were going to do like a drink. We each like collectively had 2.
And I had a tequila old fashioned, which I didn't know was a thing, and it was fantastic.
Yeah,
but then Brady made me play pool.
Yeah.
And we're
the
terrible.
vibe went down after that.
I know. We're terrible at pool. And then also the people we were playing were also bad at pool. And so the game lasted forever. And the only reason I won is because they scratched on the 8 ball. So I was doing technicality. I go, I love winning on a technicality. I don't give a shit at all. But then because we won, we had to play the next game. And I was like, oh no. And
mind you, I'm bopping in the corner dancing by myself. I didn't give a fuck.
Brady's so fucking chatty. He kept leaving and going to talk to someone who had been at the show. And I was like, hey, you cannot leave me to play this game of pool by myself. I didn't want to do this in the first place. This
was you. You said it.
Yeah, I want to go home.
Yeah,
but
then you still rallied, and we ate Taco Bell in bed together and watched the end of Perfect Match. So
we did.
Fucking awesome.
Yep.
Anyways, that's that on Collective Effervescence. And
getting on our soapbox again.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But to me, I don't think it's so much preaching as like, I want you guys to just remember that other people exist in the world, and everyone's lives are different. And sometimes that makes you a better person if you remember that and you act according to that knowledge.
And I just really love the idea of community and value collectiveness.
Yeah.
And that translates outside of the theater.
Yeah.
That translates outside of your megachurch.
But if you want to come and experience that, once again, please come see us on tour. Really fucking great show. I can say that for a fact after Columbus and Cincinnati, and you too, Cleveland. But I was scared for a while when I was looking at your faces. I know now it's because my mic was fucky, but please come see it, because it's really, really great, and it's a really fun experience, and I promise it's a lot more fun than what this episode was.
Absolutely.
It really is.
There's a lot less of everything we did here.
Yeah. but a lot more good times and silliness.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks for that. Yeah. Hey, we love you guys so much, and we'll see you next week.
All right.
We're out.
Goodbye.